Hey everyone, welcome to vlog number 8. So just a recap of last week, I had a nerve conduction studies test completed and I listened to the neurologist's recommendations regarding my career choice. They felt with the results of the nerve conductions test that we were dealing with a diagnosis of ataxia telangiectasia. I had mentioned that we met with the NeuroMuscular Team the same day. This team consisted of a nurse, a social worker, an occupational therapist, and a physiotherapist. I will now read the nursing report. I had the pleasure of meeting Carson for the first time today, along with his parents, Brad and Darlene. Carson was referred to our neuromuscular clinic querying the Friedreich's ataxia. Prior to our visit this afternoon, Carson was seen in the EMG lab with Dr. Campbell and Dr. Zapata. And from this appointment, the thought from Dr. Campbell and Zapata was that Carson likely has another form of ataxia telangiectasia. Carson and his family are still awaiting the confirmation through his blood work results, which are still pending. It has understandably been a very difficult time for Carson and his family, and they have been coping very well considering. Mom and Dad have been proactive in finding therapies that may be beneficial for Carson. The family is close with an occupational therapist who has been very helpful. Carson has also been looking into whether vision therapy may be helpful for some of his balance difficulties Carson has been experiencing. Carson and his family have also been working very closely with Dr. Gordzinski, who has been a big support to them as well. The plan going forward for Carson will be to see our neuromuscular clinic in roughly 6 months' time. Carson has been referred to an adult movement specialist, but there's currently a long wait. Should Carson receive an appointment sooner than expected, he is certainly welcome to still attend this appointment in our clinic as well, or just move forward with the specialist, whatever works best for him and his family. I will now read the social work report from that day. Carson and his parents spent some time with us today following his appointment in the EMG lab. Since there's no confirmed diagnosis yet, it leaves Carson and his family waiting and wondering about next steps. The therapist did strength testing today and have advised about physical activity that is important for Carson. We advise against vision therapy at this time as it is important to wait for diagnosis. Carson is a young guy who is well-traveled and shared some very interesting experiences with us. He is considering history as a field of study in post-secondary education, and Carson is encouraged to continue his future plans of university or college in preparation for adult life. Carson has graduated high school and is now in a victory lap. Carson works in the family business of the restaurant and bakery in Clinton. As the location is very close to resort areas on Lake Huron, the business is very busy during the summer. His tasks at work are varied, and the only caution we felt important to know at this time is carrying heavy weights on the stairs. Carson is strong, however, balance is a consideration. We did talk about yoga as a wonderful activity for both mind and body. Carson can be followed by a clinic until he's picked up by Dr. Jenkins, who is the movement specialist. And certainly Carson and his family are most welcome to contact us anytime. I will now read the occupational and physical therapy report. Dr. Campbell and Dr. Zapata saw Carson on May 31st and again today, but no definitive diagnosis has been given yet. They have indicated it might be a degenerative condition, but the genetic results are not yet back. This has been a very difficult time for Carson and his family, but they are coping the best they can. They all met with us today to provide support and to complete a baseline assessment of his balance and ataxia. Carson is a quiet, mild-mannered young man. He works at his family's restaurant as a dishwasher, or he does deliveries. He also cleans out horse stalls. He owns his own car, but generally only drives in Clinton or the surrounding area. He worked out at the school gym in the last school semester on a regular basis and was improving his strength. He stopped weightlifting on the advice of a local therapist. He recently has gone to an osteopath who has offered some therapy sessions to help release some areas of his body she perceived were holding in some trauma. Carson was unable to describe what the treatments consist of, but he has either a feeling of heightened energy or increased fatigue afterwards. Carson no longer rides his bike. He likes to travel, but doesn't like to be in crowded spaces. He has friends, but is not one to hang out with large groups or to party. He is generally active and recently went to a cabin near North Bay for a fishing trip. He and his mom have booked a vacation to San Francisco and hope to visit Alcatraz. He reports some dizziness when he stands up that he describes as a head rush or his head is spinning. He also reports some fatigue after a busy day. He thinks his riding and balance has worsened over the past couple of years. He does not fall. Now, I ended last week's vlog by stating we had left London Health Sciences and received a phone call. 6 days later, it was bittersweet. On July 11th, Mom received a call on her cell phone from London Health Sciences Center. She wouldn't answer it. She knew she was going to get emotional. She listened to the voicemail and called my dad with the extension number, and he called them right back. Dad then called Mom within 10 minutes and said, well, his blood work came back and he does not have ataxia telangiectasia. Mom started to cry happy tears. So, today, a brain tumor has been ruled out, Friedreich's ataxia has been ruled out, and now ataxia telangiectasia, was ruled out. In my eyes, another diagnosis had bit the dust. Moving forward, we would now be attending a genetics appointment on July 24th at London Health Sciences with Dr. Natalia Karp. To end this week's vlog, here's a fitting quote. Learn to trust the journey even when you do not understand it. Have a great week, everyone.